Hey everyone, so this is my learning new technology. I learned how to make a game. So I use makeagamefroot.com, and this is pretty much a start screen, and you're going to click Game Fruit Classic Template. So we're clicking there and it's loading. So you just want to hit let's go. Everything's loading. Still loading. Okay, so this is a tutorial on the side that it shows you. I'm just gonna X out of this, close tutorial, because you are going to learn from me today. So these are pretty much the player keyboards. It's a start screen. You can close this, and eventually it says play game. So I personally didn't really mess around with this because this is pretty basic, and this is the actual game. So this is the way it looks like. You want to take this this right here in order to move around in the game, and this is the erase, and this is kind of to just drag things. So I'm just gonna move it around and just give you a basic of the game. So this is what it looks like. So this is the basics. So the first level, it comes already kind of how do you call it, just kind of already done for you. So we're gonna just work off of this because this would be fairly simple. So we're just gonna look at some of the options we have here. So these are terrain, they call brushes. So and then this is a miscellaneous stuff. This doesn't have any interaction within the game. This is kind of like HP and stuff, so your health. This is for the menu. These are enemies. These are different background options. These are story points in which you can put in text within the story, collectibles, life collectibles, instant death, endpoints, health collectibles, keys, moving tiles, these move, checkpoints, kind of like save points, damage, doors, switch, liquid tiles. This doesn't have any player interaction. I know there's lava here, but this doesn't deal any damage. Bullets, which are supposed to be paired with the enemies. Weapon, that you're supposed to pick up the weapon. Teleporter to teleport you, and then the player itself. They only have one player option for the free version. So we're gonna get started here. I'm just gonna create a little bit obstacles so the players can just jump over. So when you're adding extra terrain, they have a layer level here. So you always want to make sure that when you're adding terrain, it's on the castle level with the actual grid. And now it makes everything all nice and gritty for you. So I'm going to select the same one right here, this. And then it's already selected. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put it here so you can jump, jump, jump here, jump there, and then kind of fall down. And then you could hold your mouse, hold the left, and then just drag it. So I'm just gonna put a life collectible early in the game. So this is a life collectible, a little nice heart. So when you want something like instant death or a life collectible, you want to make sure that it's on the player layer. So Game Fruit actually has a tutorial of their own, and unfortunately they didn't explain it. So anything that the player interacts has to be on the player level. So I'm gonna take the life collectible and I am going to drag it, and I'm gonna put it right here. I want to make things really difficult, so you know, yay, you're gonna get a life collectible, but make sure you don't die, because I'm gonna put a whole bunch of these right here. And again, these have to be on the player levels. This is instant death, so this is even on the player. Okay, so This is a prime example. So right now, for some reason, I clicked the player level, but it's on the victory point. So we're gonna erase some stuff. So you click this little thing right here, and boom, boom, it erases. It won't erase, like for example, I'm clicking on the erase here. It won't erase the terrain things I added because it's not on the correct layer. I want to make sure that everyone understands that the layer is everything. Everything needs to be on the right layer in order for you to edit. So we're gonna go to the player layer again and add these instant death. So we're putting 1, and for some reason it keeps reverting back to the victory point. So I'm gonna take this again. So I'm doing this because I've played this game before, and pretty much the character jumps fairly high, so he'll be able to jump over this, I'm sure. So he'll be able to collect the life collectible and then jump down. So here's a key. So doors, keys. So they already have this set up for you, but when you do another level, or you're adding a level, it comes from scratch. With something like this, the door and keys have to be on the same layer. So when you're doing doors and keys, you have to make sure that the doors and keys are on the same level because they're interacting with each other. And this right here is a story point. So story points can give you any sort of direction. And then the way you edit the text for a story point, you right click story point. You're gonna edit instant properties. So it's gonna give you this nice, and then the message is here. Keys are used to open doors. Collect this key to open the door later in the level. So I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna put this in all caps. Look, a key. Find the door. Cool. So we're gonna close, and it's gonna save. And always when I was personally doing this, I always wanted to make sure that I played it once I added a few things, just to make sure that everything is running smoothly. So gamefruit.com, loading. So this is what your start screen looks like. Help, we saw this screen. Close, so play. And it always takes a little bit to load. So this is the game. So up is to jump, jump, yay, we collect a life collectible. So I'm gonna purposely die so you could just see. Goodbye. So he turns into a skeleton, and that's where you start in the beginning. So I'm gonna jump over this and then pass this, and then my message is here, and then you could pick up the key. Okay, moving on. So, okay, and just to make this tutorial quicker, because I feel like I'm droning on. So there's moving tiles as well. So this is the moving tile. So always, for anything like this, always make a new layer, and you just make a new layer by adding this little add thing there. Especially when you're creating your own level from the basics. So you're gonna right click this and then edit instant properties, and to get to the moving tile, so you for example want this right here to be the start location, and then this is the end location. So then you would hit select and select anywhere in the map. Okay, moving on. And this right here is the teleporter. So this also works the same. Have your own layer for the teleporter. You right click it, edit instant property, teleport location. So you're just gonna put the teleport wherever on the game platform. You're gonna teleport You're gonna right click it, edit instant properties, and then teleport location. You hit select, and then you select anywhere within it. Switches work the same. So switch 3, and then it would be the story point would be that. And then again, remember doors, the key has to be on the same level as the key. So here on this, you just put it down, wooden door, gold key, they're on the same level to make sure that they're interacting with each other. So if something's interacting with each other, make sure it's all on the same level. And then this is the endpoint. It's very self-explanatory. That automatically goes into the next. So next you're just gonna go creating your game from the basics. So if you click this little button right here, this is what appears, absolutely blank. So, you know, that's how you create a new layer. And then you can rename the layer by double clicking it. So I'm just gonna put terrain, right? I didn't spell that right. Because I'm literally typing with one hand. There you go. Well, this actually shouldn't be, so let's delete it. So the right thing to do is add the new layer and add new tile map. That way you get this to start your terrain. And then you can start dragging it across, and then if you connect it, it all becomes this cool beginning of something. And then if you put your background with the background, you don't have to fill up the whole game with the background. You literally just put like that, and that would be set for the entire game. So I kind of just want to show you the game that I actually made. So counseling game. So this is a game I actually made. And then I added some stuff, and then I did create my own from scratch. So I'm actually going to play it for you guys, just really quick, so you guys can all kind of see the end product. So I added that there, going down, picking up the key, jumping up. So I put some damage stuff there. So spacebar to get the tile moving, jump, take the teleporter back up, jump onto the, I missed it. I gotta wait. And I put this here because I had kind of people testing the game out for me. And one of them was my father, and he kept jumping right into the teleporter. And I was afraid whoever was to play this game that they'll keep making that mistake, not understanding that there's a teleporter at the bottom. Go. And then this is just level 2, and it's just basically the same thing. I decided to go a little harder and add an enemy. Again, I want to mention that Game Froot does have their own tutorial. Unfortunately, my biggest problem with their tutorial, they never made clear in regards to layers. if you want two things to interact, make sure that you put it on the same layer. They did not stress that, and I thought that I wasn't going to be able to add enemies to my game because I didn't know what I was doing in terms of adding them. There goes an enemy. And this is spook because that's it. Once you drop below, you can't get the, and you use the space bar to shoot. I don't understand why it's not killing him. Usually kills him. A lot of glitches in the game and instant death, and I didn't put a story point. But if you're ever making your game on this platform, just make sure that if something's interacting, make sure you put on the same level, because their tutorial did not stress that, and I did look at the tutorial because I was utterly lost trying to go at it the second time. So I felt like hopefully this might be helpful and add to their tutorial, although I'm pretty sure my tutorial is not as good. But it was really fun, guys, and I would suggest that people try it. It's also really fun to have other people use it, just to kind of see them messed up and tell you what a crappy game you've made. But I had a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed doing it. I spent hours on it, and I really feel accomplished after it, that I completed something. Say bye to my little guy.